Hey guys, it's Carissa here. I have a very special guest. Can you feel my excitement? Okay, so Lattice is a business coach. She's actually my business coach, and she's a leadership mentor and social sales expert. Lattice is on a mission to help women take more money, increase their impact, all while living a life that they love. A woman with wealth is a woman with power. Heck yes. Lattice specializes in helping online coaches scale past their coveted six-figure mark by leveraging high-ticket evergreen group coaching offers. And in her free time, she enjoys relaxing on the beach, dancing to the latest TikTok trends, and investing in digital real estate online. Hi, Lattice.
Hi, Carissa. Oh my gosh, thanks for having me.
I don't even know where to begin, but I signed up for your course maybe 7 months ago. It's called Elevate to Success Accelerator Program. And yeah, you pretty much changed my life in a nutshell.
Aw, I don't take that lightly. That's so sweet. I just love the work that I do. So I'm honored to serve you every day.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, a little bit like of background for the listeners. Like during pandemic, I baked cookies with my daughter. I watched a lot of Netflix, but the hustler side in me kicked in and I became a coach. And, I work with other coaches and I was going like pretty slow, creating my signature offer, blah, blah, blah. And then I found out about you and I didn't say yes at first. It took me a while. But I kept seeing your IG lives and you show up on Instagram and like being so passionate about your message. And guess what? I signed up with you and boom, I think I learned like more from you in like an hour than I learned in like the past 6 months.
Oh my gosh.
I know, crazy, right?
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. I think you told me on Facebook or Instagram, and I was like, oh my gosh, really? That just made me so happy. Like, I'm so passionate about pouring into women. So I'm just, makes me so excited for you. You're killing it.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I have big news in a little bit, but I want to talk more about you. Like, I don't really know too much about you. I see, I listen to your podcast. I'm on your coaching calls. I'm in your online course. But tell me, like, the young Latisse. I know you're still super young. I'm like way older than you, but like over a decade. But tell me, like, the young Latisse and how you got started.
Yeah. So I'm 28 at the time of this filming in November 2021. So I'm not that
Uh-huh.
young, but I'm still in my 20s. So I'm going to hold on to that. I
Yes, you're a
guess a
baby.
little bit about me. People always ask this, and I'm always like dumbfounded because I'm like, I don't know what to say. I'm just Latisse. But a little bit about me,
Oh,
y'all. I am originally from Chicago, born and raised. Shout out, Chi Town. Born and raised. And after college, I got my bachelor's in 2015 in human resource management. I moved out to Denver for a guide that didn't work out. Highly don't recommend you move for a man or anybody. Did that. But on my journey, I really was just looking. I was looking to find myself. I had all these like accolades. I was worked for Target for a really long time. Then worked for other Fortune 500 companies in their HR departments and leadership roles. And I just had this hunger for like helping people. I had this hunger for entrepreneurship. I had got a little taste in 2017 and I was like obsessed. So fast forward,
oh,
yeah, I started a car rental business. That was my first business
oh.
I started in 2017. And I started it because I was actually like on bed, like not bed rest, but I couldn't work my full-time job for a few months because I got sick. So I started a business that I could, do more passively. And I started the car rental business. So that was really awesome.
Oh,
But quickly, yeah, I quickly knew that I wanted more. I knew that I started to make good money with my car business. And I knew that I had wanted more. So I started another business. I was doing like Amazon and eBay drop shipping. Quickly found out that was not for me, but
uh-huh.
I have just always been that go getter. So back in 2018, I was making enough money in my two businesses to leave my six-figure corporate job.
Wow.
And I was just like so stoked. Like I was like at the time 25 and I was like heck yeah, like I was making like between 6K to 10K a month. So I had
Wow.
replaced my salary and I left in September 2018. So I left and then I quickly realized probably like 2-3 months after I was like I'm not living my purpose. Like I thought
Mm,
that
mhm.
quitting my full-time job was going to allow me to be like just so happy. And I found I was the complete opposite. I got even more depressed. I was even more sad. I was like, what's the point of this? Like, I left for freedom and I felt like I wasn't doing my passions. Like, renting cars was cool, but like, I didn't know a thing about cars. I just had got really good at business really quickly. So,
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of when I went down the rabbit hole of like self help and development. That was like at the end of 2018, early 2019. And that's when I found coaching. And from there, like the rest is history. We have a nearly a 7-figure business and less than 3 years. And yeah, that's kind of a little bit of my story. So I know
Yeah,
I skipped
that's
over a lot of
crazy.
parts, but that's that.
No, 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 no. That's so crazy. And I just saw on like Facebook that you hit 100K in 1 month, not year, 1 month, repeat.
Yeah. Like cash money through the bank in 1 month. It was our first 6-figure month, which is insane. Insane.
Wow, that's how does that feel?
It feels incredible. It feels very humbling because I know where
Mhm.
I was at 3 years ago when I had 15K to my name, which I know some of you are like, "That's insane. I would have loved to have $15,000 to my name." But when you quit your full-time job and that's all you have, it's scary. So I feel so grateful and I feel literally just like on top of the world. I've celebrated, but I also know there's more work to be done. So really grateful and
Wow.
ready for what's next.
Yeah, and I tell a lot of my friends, like, I really like when you talk on our Facebook group, like, about the struggles that you have, like, getting over your mindset issues because, new levels, new devils. So you actually say like what you want to hit and what type of person you have to become to get to that level, and that means like making your time like every second count. So it's just so interesting how you like talk about you up leveling every day, and then it really helps us like at any step of the way or any step in the process, like how we can up level too. It's very interesting.
Exactly. Yeah, and I like to something that one of my mindset coaches challenged me on like 2 years ago when I was really starting to hit like, I was coming in was making 10K, 20K months and I was really struggling because I basically had to like restart my entire life to making all this money. I was really struggling with a lot of
Mm,
internal conflict with money. And one of the
mm,
biggest things that she told me was just to continue to be myself throughout it all and be vulnerable and share even when it feels uncomfortable. And not share to a point where it's going to be of detriment to you, but share so people know that they're not the only ones going through it. Because yeah, at
mm.
the point I was making money, but I also felt like I had to help out all my family. I felt like I had to give all my money away. Like I was really struggling
Wow.
internally.
Oh, that
And
gives me that's so crazy.
yeah,
Oh my
and I did
god.
give a lot of my money away when I first started making money, and I ended up in a spot where I was making 10K months, but was back at, 1,000 a month because I kept giving it all away, and I finally had to
Wow.
stop doing that, and I had to really dig deep because I was like, at the end of the day, like, I felt so unworthy of earning all that money because it's like, who am I? I had this six-figure job, so young, all these accolades, but I was unhappy, and I felt bad for being unfulfilled in the career that I had previously and the businesses that I had started. So I really had to
Oh,
do a lot of like soul searching. I really had to unlearn a lot of things. To now, I mean, we're hitting 6-figure cash months, and it didn't happen overnight. But I always tell people, and I tell all of you, like Chris is in my group, so she knows like it can happen so quickly for you. You just have to decide. And I decided, just a few years ago that I never wanted to be in a spot where I had to worry about money. I never wanted to be in a spot where, you know, I had to look at my bank account and be like, oh, I don't know if I could, I don't know if I should get water or get a drink at the restaurant. Like, I never wanted to feel that way again. And that was
wow.
like my driving factor. Like, obviously, impact, like helping women create wealth as
Yeah.
well. That's our company mission. But overall, it was like also I was so hungry and motivated to never ever have to worry about money again and also be able to give back in the ways that I see fit because I know that there are a lot of inequalities, especially for women and women of color. And I wanted to show everyone what was possible. So here we are celebrating our first 6-figure cash month. We're just getting
Wow.
started.
Oh my god. I'm so happy we're on this call. I'm gonna be crazy motivated after this call. But I was totally like resonating when you said like give away the money because when I started making money in my business, I was like, oh, I have to like, buy people presents because what if they think I think I'm the shit, and I don't want to be
Yeah,
their friend. I'm too good for them. So you have to like do all this stuff for people and like win their approval. So I totally get it. Like, and it's like a shitty feeling. I don't like that.
it is. And some people make you feel bad too. They're like, well, you're making all this money. Why do you need all of it? It's like, because I want all of it. Like, don't question me. So
Yeah, we work for it,
I don't
right?
give away my money. I don't just give away my money now. I definitely like give it to causes and things and help out when I can. But my financial advisor, even at one point last year, was like, Lattice, like you have to take care of you first. I have really big goals. I want to retire by the time I'm 35. So I have like 7 years less to do that. And that means like taking care of us first. So it's been very humbling and eye opening. And I'm grateful that I've had the right mentors, because I would have went down a really dark road just giving all my money away. So if you're listening,
Yeah.
women, you don't have to give your money away to feel loved, to feel valuable, to feel like you matter, because your money is
Yeah.
not the defining mark of your life.
Yeah, and you could put away that money to retire at 35. What do you think you're gonna do after you retire?
I want to start a nonprofit, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I want to start a nonprofit for young women of color. And I want to either like teach them like actual tangible skills about wealth and finance and business, and if they want to go to college or not, if they want to start a business, I want to give them those skills, basically like coaching them for free, right? But I can't do that until I'm taken care of. So that's really like my long goal of like creating the legacy and the impact that's going to last forever. So, yeah, I think that's my
Oh,
next step.
I love that, and I think on, like, one of your little memo Facebook messages you told me, you're like, "You need to, like, represent, like, you need to make the impact," and it, like, really spoke to me, and I was like, "Let's do this," and I said, "Heck yes" to you. So what is your, like how do you get that heck yes from your dream client? I know like, so easy now because you have so much reputation, but, like, can you sum it up in, like, a paragraph?
Yeah, I would say getting that heck yes to help somebody move to buy. I think it really starts by just understanding what the person wants, right? Because a
Mm,
lot of
mhm.
times we go into the sales process, you know, all about ourselves when in reality it's just about the other person. So I try to always make the conversation about the other person and starting out asking them what do they want? And if what they want I can offer, making the offer. And so many people miss that crucial step. So that's how I get the heck yes, right? And sometimes I get a heck no, but like I know by the end of the conversation
Uh-huh.
we'll get that person to where they need to be in that moment. So that's how I lead my sales process, because it is truly like sales is service and service is sales. They're not independent of each
Mm.
other.
Dude, that was really good. Yeah, and speaking, like, a little bit what you said before about the struggles, like, just you are so real about talking about your struggles, but, like, what I coach is, like, the sales call and getting leads, but that's something I struggled with because I was so shy, so awkward. I would go to meetings with, couples and actually, like, cry after because it was so painfully awkward,
Mhm.
and just want, like, to hide, like, I don't know, in my sweater because I didn't know what to say, like, I didn't know how to sell myself. Like I didn't know how to ask the right questions. And I've gotten over that obviously like over like 12 years, but I've gotten better and better. And that's like what I want people to help with. So you kind of helped me create like this really like niche signature program. And yeah, I'm just super excited to share it with the world. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, and I think, some people sales is we weren't born selling programs or selling ourselves or our services, but I think when you have the right heart and you have the right intent to serve, you're always going to win. Period. Like you're always going to win.
Yes.
So, it's
Yeah.
about the heart that you have into the process. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Sam were talking about you, and we're just like, you're so passionate about what you do and how you show up on, like, your IG stories, and you could just tell, like, exactly, like, what you are offering, and you could literally, like, hear and feel, like, all senses of your passion of what you do, and that's, like, what's gonna propel you to, like, leaps and bounds. I wanted to
Thank
tell
you.
you, like, a big announcement about my coaching program.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, so I'm going group coaching.
Yay! I'm so excited. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's all about your program, like how you scale, and that's how your program is structured. So we have like your curriculum, that's like the online course, and then we go through that, and then we have group coaching calls every week, and then you answer everyone's questions, and it's very motivating for everyone to be in the call and see what they're struggling with and to see how you respond to their needs. And then you also have a separate call every week for mindset. Um, and we go over mindset issues and blocks and, mindset obviously is everything in business.
Yeah.
So yeah, so for me, I've been doing the one-on-one thing for about 6, 7 months and gotten my students results. And now it's my time to go group
Yeah. It's time to
coaching.
scale. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Yeah,
And I
scaling is
just
like the coolest word ever.
It is, right? Growth, scaling, and all of that. And I just love you're just like an example client because you literally took the process, right? From like really understanding your people, understanding how to market, understanding your offer, that foundational thing. And now you can scale and you can scale in a way that's aligned and scale in a way that actually is going to get people amazing results, if not better results than they've already had. So, and also you get some of your time back, which is really great because you're a
Oh,
mom,
oh
you're
my
busy,
God.
you got stuff to do, but you also want to serve and make money. So I'm so excited
Yeah,
for
you
you, Carissa.
you see me struggling with, like, the baby in my hand and, like, just being all crazy. It's been a struggle trying to do both the photography thing and the coaching, but I finally got it to this point where I'm super excited about it, and if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even have this podcast. So you're the one that connected me to the podcast lady to launch me, and I didn't even have it in my consciousness to start this, but you said, like, I needed that connectivity part of my business, and I
Yeah.
didn't want to do like Facebook Live. So yeah, and now look what happened. I already probably recorded 30 episodes. I've launched like 15, and you'll probably be like my 20th.
Oh my gosh. And even your just like aura, like you're just so confident and you're so excited. And like you just because you know what you're selling, you know what you have to offer, and people need it. Like all these wedding photographers, like if y'all are listening, y'all better snatch up her program because the price is gonna go up. Okay.
Yeah, because it went up after I didn't book you for like 3 months, and it went up like, I don't know, 5K or something. I was like, God damn
Yeah.
it.
It goes up.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, so we were talking about scaling, and that's actually our hot topic today, scaling your business with Facebook ads. But it's perfect for me because I've done everything you said. Like, I'm doing like the Facebook outreach, like I do like I have a social media manager on Instagram doing like the social sales. I'm friending people on Facebook, photographers. I have the master call. I created the course. I'm doing all the things that you said. So I'm finally created my master course, which was not easy. My master class. And now for me, it's time to scale with Facebook ads. So this is
Yeah.
perfect timing, seriously, because I'm like literally on a coaching call with you. So yeah, tell me
Yeah.
why you chose this topic, and you could take us away with your tip number one.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think because you have literally followed the process in order, now you're really set up for success. And I think, and I'm just going to give a little backstory like when people don't follow the process in order and then they try to just jump straight into Facebook ads, they get
Mm,
overwhelmed. And I wanted to talk about this because we've been really pivoting in our business because we've been running Facebook ads since 2019 because I knew that I saw the big marketers. I was like, okay, well, they're not just like only doing organic, they're doing something else. And that something
mhm,
else is Facebook ads. And I knew that that was going to be a crucial skill to learn. I always say the top two skills that I've learned in my business is copywriting and Facebook ads. And I've
mm.
never taken a copywriting course. I've just done it and learned it, and I've just gotten better at it every single day. Facebook ads, on the other hand, I have had mentors for that because it's a beast to tackle. But let's kind of jump into my first tip with Facebook ads. So, I love Facebook ads because it allows you to reach more people way faster than any other platform, right?
Mhm,
Facebook is the largest social media platform on the planet as of today. And there's over 2 billion monthly active users. So, the first tip I have when you're thinking about running Facebook ads is that for one, you need to have a really clear offer and a clear objective. So when I say that, it's really like, what do you want your people to do when they find you on a Facebook ad? Do you want them
Mm.
to send you a message? Do you want them to just watch a video? Do you want them to take action to opt into your masterclass, right? That's what Chris is going to be doing. So the first tip is to really have a clear objective. And I find that when you don't have that, you end up not getting the right people in, and it's just a mess. So in order to have a successful Facebook ad, you have to have the right clear objective.
Okay, so say for me, sorry, I'm just kind of like being taken as a student, but say for me, I want people to watch my masterclass and then book a free discovery call with me.
Yeah.
Would the ad just maybe like have a photo of me, like on Canva, and just say masterclass for photographers that want more leads and to close a deal, or and then like a bunch of copy at the end? Kind of walk me through your
Process.
process.
Yeah, so that's a great question. So, from the objective standpoint, because Facebook, when you go to set up a Facebook ad, there's actually like an objective that you have to pick. So, the objective for somebody, if you want them to opt in to watch your masterclass, that objective would be conversions. So, because you want somebody to convert, okay? Because Facebook, if y'all don't know this, Facebook is like, it's a computer, it's a machine. So,
Mhm.
Facebook as a marketer has dozens and dozens and probably thousands of data points on us. As a marketer, it's great. As a consumer, it's a little weird, but I think it's great as a marketer. So Facebook, and when I say Facebook, I mean Instagram as well, because Facebook owns Instagram, so it's interchangeable. But basically, when you choose that objection of conversions, you're telling Facebook to find people that have already taken a similar action, that are more likely to opt in to my masterclass. So that would be the objective that I would want you to use. The second part of that question is, okay, how do I actually present my Facebook ad on the newsfeed or Instagram ad? So typically, what I have my clients do, all of you, when you first start out, I want you to pick. We have to test, right? So when I say test, you have to compare different graphics and different copy. So typically, I have my
Mm.
clients do two different graphics. So you want to use a graphic of you or a graphic of you and your kids, something that's relatable to your brand. But if you could have you in the photo, light and airy type of photos do the best, really clear or really bright photos of you do the best. So I usually want you to pick two different versions, two different photos of you. As far as the actual written copy, right, the written words on the ad, what I'm finding is working really, really well is either really, really short form copy that asks them
Okay.
a question at the beginning and then
Mm.
go yeah, that's like, hey, are you ready to book more weddings? Right. So that's something that you would say, like, hey,
Mm,
wedding
mhm.
photographers, are you ready to book more weddings? Okay. Because you want them to say, heck yes. Right. When they're reading
Mm.
that first line of copy, you want them to say, heck yes. From there, you're going to do like, okay, like you're gonna say, hey, like, well, I have something for you in this free masterclass. I'm gonna teach you, bullet point one, bullet point two, bullet point three. I'm gonna teach you how to book out your calendar. I'm gonna teach you how to find, increase your wedding package rates. I'm just using your niche as an example.
Yeah,
So you're gonna
yeah.
tell them like three things that you're gonna teach them in this masterclass, and then from there, you're gonna give them a very direct call to action on the ad. Join my free masterclass now. You don't want to miss out. Okay. And that's it. Like the ad gets to be really short, really simple, really fun. Okay. So that type of copy, that really short copy is working really, really, really well.
Ah, you're blowing my mind. Okay, just a question because I'm trying to wrap my mind around my business. So after I put my masterclass on Kajabi, and is there a way to do like have the masterclass be evergreen where they could just sign up
Yeah.
automatically?
So what we'll do, we have templates in the program too. So I'll get one of our coaches to send them over to you. But essentially, like it's called a funnel, right? So you have your
Mhm.
ad as part of the funnel, then your actual master class. You have that piece that's nurturing in the middle. So it could be a master class, a mini course, a live series, whatever. And
Uh-huh.
then the third part of the funnel is your sales process. And we'll talk about that in a second. But as
Okay.
far as your master class, we would take that video, that one video, and put it just on a landing page. And at the bottom of the landing page, we would tell them to book a call with you. Right. So
Okay.
you don't want that master class like locked up. You want them as soon as download, as soon as they put their name and email into the opt-in page from a Facebook ad, we want to give them access to that masterclass right away on a landing
Okay,
page.
okay, okay. And then do they get put in the email sequence or does that kind of get triggered?
They'll get put in right away. So you'll also
Okay,
have
okay.
emails in the background too. Hmm.
Yeah, I was on the Facebook group today and I uh texted my assistant to just go through your email list. It's really, really good. The six part email sequence.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Perfect.
Okay. So take us away with tip number 2.
Yeah. So tip number two is really to, we kind of already touched on it, but I'm going to combine tip two and three together actually, because I
Okay.
have another tip after that.
Okay.
But you really want to focus on having really clear messaging and targeting very specific buyers. So it's two parts, right? Because targeting is not just who you put into Facebook, it's also the copy that you write. So we just talked about that a little bit, but like for Carissa, you're going to want to say, hey, wedding photographers, because that's who you're speaking to. But say you're a wedding photographer and you only work with, because that's your audience, say, your wedding photographers want to start running ads and they only work with seniors, right? You're going to say, hey, seniors of 2022 or whenever, whoever they're talking to. So that
Yeah.
clear messaging and that first line of the ad, because if somebody reads that first line of the ad and they find that it's not for them, they're going to scroll
Mm,
past.
yeah, it
So
takes
we
one
really
second. Uh-huh.
Exactly. So we want to be specific. And that's what I mean by being specific in your messaging. The second part of that is also with your targeting. So Facebook is really awesome. If y'all have never seen the behind the scenes of an ads manager, you can literally go into your Facebook ads account and tell Facebook, find me people that shop at Lululemon, or find me people that are interested in personal development, or find me people that like Oprah, right? So you can tell Facebook to target very specific people. So that's
Wow.
why when you're figuring out your ideal client or your target avatar, if you're a bit like a lot of you are wedding photographers, right? If you're figuring, or photographers in general, when you're looking at your target audience, you can even go to people put engaged on Facebook. Like as a wedding photographer, you can target people that are engaged. So you can get so granular. So you're going to really want to do really good market research. So when you're targeting on Facebook, you can put those exact targets into your targeting. So
Yeah, I didn't even know that. I think you could probably speak on this, but why are people so scared of Facebook ads?
yeah, that's a great question. Here's the thing, people are scared of Facebook ads because they don't really understand how they work. And the issue is, what I have seen is a lot of people will hire an agency and they'll spend thousands and thousands of dollars. And most agencies don't know how to run ads for, outside of their one specific niche. So
Mm,
that's the problem. Or most people are only doing e-commerce or only doing small ticket offers, where when you're doing like a high end package, which I know you teach your photographers, right? It's a very different ad strategy. So you have to have all three parts. You have to have the ad, the fun, like the actual masterclass or mini course, and then you also have to have a sales call on the back end. If you don't have all three parts, right? If you're just running an ad telling people to book a call with you, they don't know, like, and trust you. So you're not going to get people booking calls. So from my experience, why people are scared is because they've either spent money on an agency, they've got no results, or they've tried it themselves. They like done boosted posts on Facebook.
yeah,
PSA, please don't boost posts on Facebook. They're a waste of money. Don't do it.
totally. Yeah, don't
Or
waste
they
that
just like
$30.
Exactly. It's a waste of money. Or they've just heard from other people that they've had a bad experience. So now they're jaded and they won't do it. But y'all,
Mm,
Facebook ads have literally changed my entire business, right? And changed so many of my clients' businesses. Like, don't be scared of them. They're not scary. And I always recommend y'all learn them yourselves first
yeah,
and then
yeah.
outsource them if you want to later.
Yeah, I'm so excited to learn it and go through, like, your modules because, you could yeah, exactly, you're gonna spend thousands of dollars, for something that you coulda done, like, for 2 hours of your time.
Exactly.
So, yeah, save
Yeah.
yourself money. Okay, so just to recap, number 1, clear messaging, I love that way you ask for a question, like, "Are you ready to book more weddings?" Question mark. And then, your 3 dot messages, like, "In this masterclass, you will learn,"
Yep.
tip 1 I mean, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so your tip and
Hmm.
2 and 3 were, like, you could actually target like crazy, your buyers on Facebook, and you talked about that. So I think you're on tip number 4?
Yeah, number 4. So number 4 is simple. Is just start with a small budget and scale as quickly as you'd like. So people
Okay.
always say, Lattice, what should my budget be? I mean, it depends. Like how much or what are you selling? So if you're selling something for $3,000 or $5,000, then you should have a bigger budget, right? Because my rule of thumb is for every dollar that you put in, you should get at least four out. So
Okay.
for if you have a $4,000 wedding package, I mean, I think that might be low, but you could put $1,000 in and you should get like you should sell for every thousand you should sell one wedding package, and that is super profitable. So and that's on the low end. So usually I have my clients start at anywhere from $50 to $100 a day. We test for a few days and then from there we scale. So that's usually my recommendation on budget. But you can
Okay,
start as low
cool.
as like 25 or $20 a day. So it just, it just really depends on your budget and how quickly you want to scale.
Okay, so back to you mentioned like nurturing email sequence, and I'm being selfish, like taking this all for myself. But okay, so you're like a wedding photographer, and you have an ad, and you say like, "Are you ready to have like the most amazing Palos Verdes weddings of your life," or location based, and then maybe three things that make you stand out, and then maybe they get put in this like nurturing sequence. Would I know they wouldn't do a master call because it's not coaching, but would they maybe have like show a video of them
Yeah.
photographing a wedding or something like that, and then have email sequences?
Yeah, so I would say for that, I would say you would have like a 10-15 minute video. It wouldn't be a
Okay.
full-fledged masterclass, but it would
Okay.
just go through the process because I think a lot of times the brides are booking the weddings, right? And the
Mhm.
photographer. So just giving the bride a sense of understanding, a sense of knowing who you are, a sense of knowing your like seeing examples of your work, and then just giving them a call to action to book a call. So like a 10-minute video would be more than enough because they're already problem aware. The problem is that they need a wedding photographer. That's a problem, right? So like they're not looking for this like 2 hour masterclass. They're looking for can this person do what I want? Do I like their style? Are they available? And that's all they need, right? And you can explain that in 10 minutes for that type of funnel. And then with emails in the background and then book a call. Simple.
Yeah. I mean, I've been teaching my students to have the lead magnet. It was like 10 powerful questions you should ask your wedding photographer. But I think the video would be so powerful.
Yeah.
So definitely going to add that to my course. And maybe
Yes.
like just a little tips for the listeners. Maybe the email sequence could be one about a little bit about you, maybe some engagement shoot tips, maybe like your favorite playlist for the wedding, something cute with like photo heavy, and then maybe an email that says like FAQ about you or your process of how to work with you, stuff like that.
Yeah, I would put that one, like, that FAQ first because
Okay.
you're gonna get the typically the most amount of opens on the first and second email. So, we
Mm.
have and you guys can take this if you'd like, but our first email just is like, "Got questions?" And we get so many opens and so many responses to that because they're like, "Wow, you really cleared up the questions I had about moving forward." So, yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so you said you might have another lasting tip.
No, that was it. All those
Okay.
were
Okay.
it. Mhm.
Okay, cool. Oh my gosh, so excited. Okay, so that was all about scaling your business through Facebook ads. I just wanted to ask you one more question about Facebook ads. Like,
Go for it.
how did you learn, and what was your biggest struggle with Facebook ads, and how did you overcome it?
Oh, yeah, that's a great question. So, how I learned, I was in multiple different programs to learn Facebook ads. I also did, I mean, I scounged the internet to figure out how to do Facebook ads. I had a friend too, he knew Facebook ads, so he spent some time with me. And then I took like 3 programs on ads to come up with my own strategy. So I did that over the course of like 3 years, from 2018 till now. I'm still learning every day. And then my biggest struggle initially, it's so funny. I was just talking to my friend Katie about this today.
Uh-huh.
When I first started running my funnel back at the end of 2019, I was getting so many leads and so many calls booked, and I freaked out and I turned off my funnel because I was
Oh.
not getting the best quality leads because I didn't really
Mm.
understand targeting initially. So I freaked out because I wasn't spending like I was maybe spending like 2,000 a month or something, but that was a lot at the time when I was doing 10K months. Like 2,000 out of 10K is a lot,
Yeah.
especially. But the crazy thing is I was getting sales. Like I was getting like 1 or 2 sales a month when I was spending like 2,000. At the time, my price was between 5,000 and 7,500, but I was
Uh-huh.
scared. So that was my biggest frustration because I wasn't targeting properly. But once I took the time to learn how to target properly and find my right audience, because I was just trying to serve everybody,
Yeah.
focused on serving the people that needed me the most and that could pay for my services. That's when I started to get way better results. So yeah,
So maybe like you kind of knew where they were shopping or who they were following or like a little bit more
yeah,
about like people that are maybe more
I was.
upscale or like more
Mhm.
driven.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
too broad. I was, like, targeting,
Yeah.
like, Target and, like, Lululemon, and, like, a lot of people like Target and Lululemon. Just because you shop there doesn't mean that you wanna be a coach or, grow your
Mm,
coaching business. So I got more targeted and started focusing more on people that were in the industry, like Brené Brown or Marie Forleo, people like that, that were like, if
yeah.
you know those names, you are probably in the online education or personal development space. So I had to do more research on the people that my people liked, and that helped fix the problem.
Wow, that was definitely an aha moment for me in this episode. So I'm definitely going to target like other wedding educators or people following wedding educators. That's freaking genius. We're going to go into rapid fire questions to kind of get to know you more. So let's see. First question. What do you like to do for fun besides TikTok videos? I dance to TikTok
Yeah.
videos.
So I have a couple things that I like to do for fun now. For one, I like to sit on the beach. Like, I love the beach. I live in Arizona, but I probably should live by a beach. For
Uh-huh.
two, I recently just started doing more investing. So I've been obsessed with learning how to invest in like the stock market and real estate. And then third, I also am slowly starting to collect luxury handbags. So that's what I like to do.
Ooh, I wish we could be closer friends so I could borrow them. Just kidding. You went from like renting cars to renting bags. Just kidding.
Exactly, right? Complete 180.
What's like your favorite brand for bags?
Gucci.
Okay, I have a Gucci belt on.
I'm
Next to
obsessed.
me.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
I wanna get a Birkin one day, but that's very far away.
Yeah. It's awesome. Okay, let's see. What is your woo factor, your Lattice Hudson factor?
Honestly, I like to say I'm like the high-end coach, but I do it in a relatable way. We
Mm,
give a high class experience, a high-end experience, but we do it in a relatable way. So that's like our woo factor. High-end, but
yeah.
relatable at the same time.
You're super relatable for sure.
Good.
Let's see. What if you had a magic wand, where would you see your business in 3 months?
Oh, in 3 months. I would see my business so fun fact, this week, we actually just transitioned from contractors to employees. So we officially have
Oh,
3 full-time employees in our business, which that was crazy. Super excited,
wow.
but so that would have been something I would have said a few months ago, but thinking about the next 3 months, I think the next 3 months, it really is building our team and really just we're revamping our entire curriculum right now. We hired a instructional designer. So in the next 3 months, I want our ETSA program completely redone, and I would love to have another 3 to 4 team members.
Okay, cool. Congrats on that. And your team is freaking amazing. So,
Thank you.
shout out to your team because you couldn't do it by yourself for sure.
No way.
Yeah, and I've created my team after working with you. So I have 3 people on my team. They're still contractors right now, but they're working hard for me, for my success, for all
Yay.
all of us to be successful and my students, of course.
Yeah.
But can you ask me a question?
Yeah. What is the best piece of business advice you've ever received?
Ooh, oh my gosh, I'm
I
kind
asked
of
this on my
stumped.
podcast. I asked this on my podcast. I was prepared.
The best business advice?
Yeah, from anybody, yeah.
Well, I think honestly, like you making me or encouraging me to start this podcast.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm open it opened up doors for me because I'm literally, like, inspired every time I'm interview someone, and I'm obviously, like, only want to interview the people that inspire me, so it's like this crazy, like, Oprah life lesson
yeah.
masterclass of Carissa class of my life, so I've learned, like, so much over the past, couple months, so it's just been mind-blowing and eye-awakening for me. So, yeah, thank you.
Ah, I'm so proud of you. Your podcast is amazing. And
Oh,
I'm just,
thank
it's so cool
you.
to see it come from an idea to complete fruition to now booming. And you're just getting started and you're making waves in the industry. So, girl, got so much
I
coming for you.
know. I know, and I guess I would ask you this question, but it's kind of like I know already because what we just talked about this whole 40 minutes, but, like, what should I be focusing on my business? Like, the master class and then pushing it out to Facebook with Facebook ads and then have like, I already have the email sequence done,
Yeah.
and then should I just be, like, showing up on IG Lives, doing reels? Like, how should I spend that time?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think there's two parts to this. The first part is like we always have to protect our bottom line. So
Okay.
it's just focusing on the activities that have produced revenue in your business. And that's can be different if you do organic marketing, which you do. Some people don't. But if you do organic marketing, that could be different. So for you, it's like continuing to create quality content because you're in the space where you can create quality over quantity now. So it really
Mm,
is focusing on create reproducing really quality content, even if you only create content twice a week. I would say making sure that's a priority and also growing that existing audience. Because it's
okay.
one thing to create content, but if you're not getting it in front of new people, it's pointless. So that's always my first thing is like looking at what's worked in the past and doubling down on that because I was listening to this podcast by Alex Hermosi, and he's like, all of us entrepreneurs have like ADD because we want
Uh-huh.
to just do all the things all the time. But sometimes when we just focus on the things that have worked, and we do more of that, we actually make way more money. So for you, I would say, knowing your situation, doubling down on what has worked, right, organically with Instagram. And then the second is really getting your funnel up and running, optimizing your funnel, right? So tweaks, messaging, emails, looking at email open rates, analyzing the data every
Mm,
single week. And then
okay.
from there, scaling your ad spend, right? Because then when you scale your ad spend, you're going to need more team members because you're going to have more clients. So literally that's it. Like you don't have to focus on anything else
Okay.
but those two things in your business right now. So
Yay! Okay,
that's what I
you
would
made my
recommend.
life, yeah. You made my life so much easier. I'm super excited. Even after, our coaching call that we had, like what happened in like 5 minutes. Like I had like a lead magnet, I had my email sequence, like you changed my magnet. I had the podcast up and running in like 30 days. So I think
You did.
after this call, I'm just gonna be like, you know?
Focus. Just keep it simple. Y'all, like, because there's always a new shiny thing, but the new shiny thing is not what's going to make you money. So just do
Mm,
what's working, so do your organic, put in a paid system, let that scale, and like bring in the money. Like there's no need to do a bunch of other stuff. You get to do stuff when you want to because you have your system, your funnel in
mhm.
place. Let that work for you. And then like you're going to find yourself being like, well, what do I do now? Like my funnel is bringing me 50K a month, right? So then you just scale your funnel and then you get to like live your
Wow.
life. Like we did
Yeah.
not sign up to work 24/7. So just know
Mm-mm.
that you are doing exactly what you need to do. We're going to have this funnel up by the end of November and it's going to be great.
Excited. Okay, so a lot of the people listening are like people my age, like we're kind of veterans in the wedding industry. Like we're like
Yeah.
over 35. So I think maybe a lot of people want to become coaches. Like my DJ friend wants to
Mhm.
become a coach. And our backs hurt, like literally, and our
I can
shoulders, and
imagine.
yeah, we're carrying so much equipment and doing this for so long, and we love it because we're so passionate about love, but we're kind of over it. So, how do people work with you? And tell us about your freebie today.
Yeah. So our freebie is our mini course. It's all about creating your signature offer and how to sign consistent clients. So it's just a 3-part mini course. So y'all can go opt in. I think Carissa has the notes.
Mhm.
She'll drop it in the show notes. And that's just a 3-part video series. Watch it. And then if you feel so called, you can apply to work with us inside of our Elevate to Success program. That program is really all about helping you create a sustainable and scalable business model by leveraging group coaching and also implementing a system that helps you attract clients on repeat. So if you want to scale your business to 10K to 100K months, it's the program that you need. So go apply and yeah, it's great for all coaches.
Yay! Oh my god, this is so good. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording and we could chat a little bit more, but this is amazing. Oh, and your Instagram handles.
Oh, yes, y'all can find me at Lattice Hudson. Thanks for having me.